Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Izzah binti Muhammad Zamri and today I will present to you about selection process. Process selection refers to the way an organization chooses to produce its goods or services. It takes into account selection of technology, capacity planning, layout of facilities, and design of a work system. Process selection is a natural extension after selection of new products and services. An organization process strategy will include make or buy decisions, the extent to which an organization will produce goods or services, provide in-house as opposed to rely on an outside organization to produce or provide them. The second one is capital intensity. The mix of equipment and labor will be used by the government. The third one is process flexibility. The degree to which the system can be adjusted to change in processing requirements due to such factors as change in product or service design, change in volume process, and change in technology. Process selection choices very often have strategic significance. Different process types have different capacity range, and once a process type is functioning, changing it can be difficult, time-consuming, and costly. Before starting process selection, it should be considered desired variety in products, flexibility of equipment, and volume output. Typically, products or services are generated or produced using one or more of the industry-recognized 5 process types. 1. Project. A project process is used to make a one-off product to a customer. Since it is a unique product, it takes too much time to produce it. The product demand of this process is infrequent and demand of this product is very low. Some of the product examples that use this process are construction, shipbuilding, and spacecraft. Second, batch. These produce batches of the same product. Batch shops can produce different products, but typically all the products they produce follow the same process flow. A facility producing shirts of different sizes and colors, or a bakery preparing different flavors of cakes or types of cookies are examples of batch shops. These processes make one type of shirt or cookie in a batch and then switch to a different type. But all types follow the same flow. Batch shops usually require some setup time required to prepare resources to produce a different type of product. Third, repetitive. A manufacturer uses process types like repetitive manufacturing for repeating production to commit to a production rate. Repetitive processing comprises dedicated production lines that produce the same or similar items 24 hours all year round, with each requirement for setup being minimal or having little changeover. The operation speeds can be increased or decreased to meet customer demands or requirements. The manufacturing industries that utilize these types of production process including automotive, electronics, semiconductor, and durable consumer goods. 4. Mass. One of the best examples of mass production is the manufacturing process adopted by Ford. Mass production is also known as flow production or assembly line production. It is one of the most common types of products used in the automobile industry and is also used in industries where continuous production is required. An assembly line or mass production plant typically focus on specialization. There are multiple workstations installed and the assembly line goes through all the workstations turn by turn. The work is done in a specialized manner and each workstation is responsible for one single type of work. If 1,000 products are manufactured using mass production, each one of them should be exactly the same. There should be no deviation in the product manufactured. As a result, these workstations are very efficient and the production due to which the whole assembly line become productive and efficient. 5. Continuous. As the name implies, these processes produce items continuously, usually in a highly automated process. Since the product demand is very stable, they usually produce the product in high volume. Examples include chemical plants, refineries, and electric generation facilities. A continuous flow process may have to run 24 hours because starting and stopping it is often difficult. The key to process selection is to balance the cost, efficiency, output, and quality of each option to meet your production goals. Some options may produce a higher output per hour while costing twice as much as other options, for example, while other options are less costly but produce more errors. To conclude, process selection decisions determine the type of productive process to be used and the appropriate span of that process. For example, the managers of a fast food restaurant may decide whether to produce food strictly to customer, order, or to inventory. The managers must also decide whether to organize the process flow as a high-volume line flow or a low-volume batch production process. Furthermore, they must decide whether to integrate forward toward the market and or backward their suppliers. All these decisions help define the type of process which will be used to make the product. Process selection is sometimes viewed as a layout problem or a series of relatively low-level decisions, but this is a mistake. Since process selection is on the contrary, strategic in nature and the greatest importance, process decisions affect the cost, quality, delivery, and flexibility of operations. Before the process selection decision can be made, the planned volume of product output must be known.